Hello nurses, welcome back to our channel, and for today's video we are going to talk about sickle cell anemia, which is one of the most commonly heard na anemia na meron tayo, especially for children. So if you are new to this channel, do not forget to subscribe, hit that like button, comment and share this video to your fellow nursing students. Sickle cell anemia is still a problem or a disorder of the red blood cell. So since this is anemia, you would expect that the signs and symptoms would still be almost the same with those with regular anemia. So sickle cell anemia, we know that our blood cells or RBC is round in shape. What happened in sickle cell anemia is that the RBC or erythrocytes is sickling. Okay, sickling, ibig sabihin medyo nagsishrink siya because of hypoxemia, okay, or decreased oxygenation, which makes now the RBC more on crescent shape than round. Okay, dapat kasi ang ating blood is round. Now, the causative agent or the most commonly linked cause of your sickle cell anemia, of course the exact cause is unknown, but it's linked to the genetic inheritance of the sickle genes HBS gene, which is common to African American descent. It already came out in a board exam question, and I saw it also in a question sa isang NCLEX question. And yep, you heard it right. It is common to most African American descent. Okay, so they have the genetic predisposition in terms of developing this condition. Now, the signs and symptoms of your sickle cell anemia are the following. Number one, jaundice. Jaundice happens because of the hemolysis, wherein nagkakaroon ng breakdown of RBC, causing now the regular process of hemolysis. Okay, yung bilirubin would also increase, and it will now later on reflecting in your skin as a jaundice pag sobrang dami nila sa dugo. Okay, take note, nagkakaroon yan pag hemolysis. Another one is enlarged skulls and facial bone because the body is trying to compensate. Okay, so pati si bone marrow, okay, your bone marrow producing bones natin is compensating to produce more blood cells. Okay, tachycardia, murmurs, and cardiomegaly are also common findings to patient with sickle cell anemia. And this is the primary where the primary size of thrombotic occlusion, spleen, lungs, and CNS takes place. And a patient may also suffer chest pain and dyspnea. Why is it more on pain? Kasi nga our blood contains two shapes in terms of the blood. So we have your round shape and the crescent shape. So imagine yung round tsaka yung crescent shape, okay, na stuck sa small capillaries. So basically magkakaroon yan ng build up, okay, yung build up ng blood nung clot, okay, on that particular area that would now cause pain because of hypoxia on the distal part of the body. And this can happen, okay, to almost all parts of our body, okay, basta may capillaries or maliit na mga ugat. Okay, now the complications that may arise because of your sickle cell anemia are the following: hypoxia, which is decreased oxygenation to tissue, and ischemia, decreased oxygenation to the part where it needs oxygen. Infection is also one thing also, okay, kasi nga tumataas yung occlusion, okay, kaya nagkakaroon ng poor wound healing because of decreased circulating RBC sa katawan. Dehydration would also take place sa mga pasyente na may sickle cell anemia. Cerebrovascular accident, also known as your stroke, pag nagbuo doon, kapag na-stuck yung crescent shape or sickle cell doon sa maliliit na ugat ng utak, it can lead to stroke. Renal dysfunction, same thing with your CVA. Kapag ito po ay na-stuck sa mga small capillaries of the kidneys, it can lead to your kidney failure. Okay, even with the heart failure, so pwede siyang mag-lead into myocardial infarction or myocardial ischemia. okay, and pulmonary hypertension. So these are just some of the possible complications if you have sickle cell anemia. So how are we going to manage the condition? Again, it is symptomatic and palliative po. Okay, at manage natin ang cause. But since the exact cause is unknown and the most common predisposing factor is yung ating African descent, African American descent, hindi naman natin pwedeng sabihin na avoid marrying African American. Okay? So if in case, at least minimize, but if the condition is already there, so all you have to do is to manage the condition. First one is to do your bone marrow transplant. This is to replace the failure cells, okay, or the cells that causes now the the irregularities in terms of shaping yung ating blood cells, okay. And of course, nagkakaroon tayo ng decrease din sa production and decrease in a healthy RBC circulating our body. That's why bone marrow transplant helps now to stimulate, okay, yung bone marrow to produce more RBCs. Hydroxyurea is given naman po to increase hemoglobin. This is to manage hypoxia. And long-term RBC transfusion, which is your PAC RBC, will also be given. And for surgery naman po for hemolytic anemia, okay, especially kapag nagkakaroon ng hemolysis, tataas ang dead cells, pupunta yan sa graveyard, which is spleen. Si spleen pwedeng mamaga, pwedeng lumaki, so splenectomy would be ideal, okay, to manage the condition. Nursing management, since the patient is in pain, then you need to manage the pain. Support and elevate acutely inflamed joints kung saan siya affected. Relaxation techniques such as deep breathing exercise, diversionary activities is helpful in order to eliminate or at least lessen yung pain perception or pain experience by the patients. Okay, analgesics will be given. We would start with the pinaka-lowest, okay, analgesics, okay, but in severe cases we can go with a more high dose or higher higher analgesics, okay. And another one is prevent and manage infection. So if in case since infection is there is a high possibility of developing infection, you have to monitor for signs of infection. Okay, so that's the fever, okay, yung init, inflammation, and everything. You have to watch out for those. And if in case that there is already a sign, then manage the condition by managing it as an infection, then initiate a prompt antibiotic therapy. Other nursing management includes sorry, promoting coping skills by providing accurate information, allowing the patient to verbalize her concerns about medications, prognosis, and future pregnancy. Also, monitor and prevent potential complication by doing the following. Provide always adequate hydration. Hydrating the patient is very important para mas maging malabnaw, or the osmolar or the hematocrit of the person decreases. Pag mas mababa yon, mas malabnaw, okay, ang dugo, mas maganda po yon kasi mas nakakalangoy. Kasi pag hindi malabnaw ang dugo, mas nagdidikit-dikit ang mga blood cells, mas concentrated ang hematocrit, and pag mas concentrated ang hematocrit, ibig sabihin nun, mas dikit-dikit yung mga blood cells. So the reason we are hydrating them is for us to create space between the blood cells, okay. Avoid cold temperature that may cause vasoconstriction. Why? Vasoconstriction is bad for patients with sickle cell anemia. Why? Because if you would promote vasoconstriction, it would make the blood vessel more narrow. Ang gusto nga natin medyo maluwag siya so that the blood cells, including the sickle cell, can easily pass through even with the small arteries and veins. And of course, always watch out for leg ulcers. Okay, kasi nga, for example, if this is your feet and nagkaroon ng bara dito sa part na ito, this portion or the distal portion will no longer receive enough oxygen. And in that case, okay, mas madali silang magkasugat, and poor wound healing, okay, will take place on that particular area because of occlusion brought about by the clusters of crescent-shaped RBC in small capillaries. Okay, and of course, always use aseptic technique whenever you are handling the patients so that they will be avoiding the development of infection. So again, sickle cell anemia is brought about by decreased oxygenation, causing now hypoxia and making the cell sickled. It is common sa mga African American descent. You always need to prevent infection, promote dehydration, and watch out for the development of complications. So thank you again for watching. If you do have any questions, please comment it down sa ating comment section, and please let us know kung taga saan po kayo at anong school para alam natin kung saan nakakarating ang ating mga videos. That would be all. Thank you for watching, guys, and I'm gonna see you on our next video.